Hey everybody, Kayla here. Welcome to your practice. It's been a little while since I've sent out a new class, so I hope you enjoy this one. And while I have you here, I'll let you know that I'm starting to plan a retreat for 2027 in Bali in August, so get yourself signed up for that pre-sale list. And I also have some new merch, which I'm not wearing, but there is a link on my website, a link in the email that you received this in, and a link below. So go ahead and check that out if you want to wear some of my merch. We're gonna move today. I don't know how long the class is going to be, but it's listed for you, so you know already. And if you want to listen to what I'm listening to, linked below. So just go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat when you're ready, maybe with a block. Let me grab mine nearby too if you like to use them. Just something so that you can reach the floor a little bit easier. And we'll start seated, whatever seat that is for you. I'm cross-legged if you want to sit on a pillow or a block or have your legs straight or whatever. Take yourself there. And just start to tune in. Close your eyes. Breathing deeply through your nose. And sighing it out through your mouth. Filling again, long and deep inhale. Full exhale, emptying out, pull that belly back, assisting the diaphragm. One more time, inhaling in. Letting it go. And then breathing in through your nose. And out through your nose. If you have an intention that you normally use, bring that into your mind. If you don't have one that you have in your mind right now, the one I'm using is I am curious. So maybe repeating that in your mind a few times. And let's just start by bringing the chin down to the chest. And then go ahead and bring left ear to left shoulder. Maybe let your jaw kind of drop to the left as well. And it might feel good to bring your right hand over. If you're new here, this is Amos. He doesn't usually come and participate this much. We'll see how long he stays. Gonna bring your chin back down to your chest. And then we'll bring right ear, right shoulder, and then same thing as on the other side. If you want to, maybe your jaw drops to the right, maybe you bring your left arm over, just to add some weight. And then go ahead and bring chin back to chest. Hands onto your legs, wherever feels good. So since I'm cross-legged, I'm bringing it onto my knees. If you're not cross-legged, it might feel better to bring it somewhere else. But we're just going to open up our chest, let our head drop back a little bit, and then make a kissing to the sky. And then rounding through your back, maybe you lean back a little bit, holding onto the shins. Find that space between the shoulder blades, and then inhale, reach up. Reach up was not what I meant. I meant reach up with your chin, looking back up, and then round. Just taking the seated cat and cow a few times. Kissing up towards the ceiling on the kind of cow shape as you look up, just stretching out through the throat. It might feel good to start to find some rotations here. Ooh. And then again, kind of thinking about that intention, I'm curious, just seeing how things feel if you add movement in different directions. The next time that you have your chest forward, holding there, lifting the chin a little higher, and then take your right hand onto your chest, press your chest skin down, and then kiss. Maybe making it really exaggerated, trying to lift your chin further forward than your nose. And then we'll release, chin down to the chest, and maybe you circle your body the opposite way than you were before. You might even take a second and change which leg's in front if you have your legs crossed. And maybe even bring your head into it. The next time that you come through center, go ahead and round your back, reaching forward, clasping your hands. Bring your palms to face away from you towards the ground. Just really create some space. And then we'll take right hand over to the right, lengthen through your spine, reach up and over with left arm. Take your palm to face towards the sky. And then flexing in your wrist, reach over with that left hand, coming up nice and long through the spine. Left hand is out to the left. And then we'll reach back up and over. And then lengthening the spine back up, reach out to the left. Spread your fingertips as wide as you can. Hopefully you feel some stretch in the fingers. And then reach back out. And over. And then to the side. Left hand's going to come around your back. And just roll the shoulders back. Look up. If it feels okay, wherever you found yourself, fold over. Left arm behind you. Right hand's just kind of by the right side. And then we'll draw our spines back up, releasing your left hand out. Again, if you change to the cross in your legs, you might want to change them again just so you have the opposite one in front for this movement. Left hand to the ground, right arm will go up and over, palm to the sky. And then we'll lengthen our spine, flexing in your wrists so that you're kind of like telling the wall to stop over there on the right side. Reach back up and over. And then pressing back. Taking it again, nice long side body stretch, and then stretching out. Try to widen your fingers a little bit more. Last time. Oh. Right hand down behind your back, looking up for a moment, and then bow over your legs. Exploring how movement through your head might feel here. And then releasing your right hand down, however you want to get there. Maybe it's rolling straight over, maybe it's spiraling yourself around. We'll just find all fours and start to move through cat and cow. So as we move through our practice today, I'm going to be working along the long edge of the mat, so I'll be coming to face both sides as we're moving through the practice. So anytime that I'm telling you to come back to the front of your mat, and if you end up facing away from whatever you're watching me on and it's too confusing, you can just come to the front every time instead of coming to the back of the mat. If you're able to orient your mat so the long edge is facing whatever you're watching me on, that might be helpful. The next time that you come into cow pose, tuck your toes under. And then we'll just squeeze the hips over to the left, look over your left shoulder. Come back through center, other side. Back through that center point, big cat shape. And then into cow again, looking forward. Keeping your spine squeezing the way that it is, I just want you to bring your chin down a little bit so you're looking at the edge of your mat, tuck your toes, and curl yourself up into downward facing dog. Knees are still bent. Then just straightening the right leg. Look underneath your left armpit. Bending into both knees again. Straightening out the left. And then look underneath your right armpit. Back through center, starting to pedal out the legs. It might feel good to look side to side with your head, looking the opposite way of the straight leg as you pedal. And then let's find some stillness in our down dog for a moment. Press the ground away. Maybe you can tilt your tailbone a little bit higher. You might look back between your legs. Take a deep breath in, come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale onto your tiptoes and roll forward to a plank. Dropping to your knees if you prefer. Elbows straight back. We'll lower through chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Lift your chest up. Just a cobra, not super high. Coming back down. Big toes together, knees wide. Press back to a child's pose. And then just kind of explore through the hips here. Maybe rocking the hips side to side. Getting to that inner thigh a little bit. Connecting back with your breath. And then however you need to move to get there, we're going to come all the way forward back onto our belly. So just kind of drawing yourself forward, lengthening the legs out, and then lift up into a cobra. Lowering back down, bring your arms nice and wide, fingertips on the ground like your hands are spiders. Roll your shoulders back and lift back up. We're going to drop right shoulder, look to the left. Come back up through center. Drop left shoulder, look to the right. Back up through center. And then rolling back down, hands by your sides. Can you tuck your toes and press straight back up to plank? And then find that down dog. Setting yourself up nice and strong. So you might take your feet a little bit wider than you have them, hips width, or a tiny bit wider than hips width. Press into your fingertips. Little micro adjustments when you get there. Can you let your heels be heavy? Right leg's going to float up. You can take this from all fours if it feels better. Bending in the knee, just stack open through your hip. Trying to stack right hip on top of left, and then if you brought your right shoulder away from the ground, can you bring it back down? Look under your left shoulder. So you can be here, or you're welcome to be here if it feels better. Still looking to the left. Whoop. And then we're going to step through into a kneeling lunge, so just drawing the knee forward. Coming off of the right hand, replace it with your right foot. Reach your arms. Clasp your hands at the top, palms to the sky. And then we're going to straighten out our leg and sweep those arms forward, trying to come down towards the ground with the chest, with the arms. Sink back into that kneeling lunge, arms over your head. Palms are facing the sky, come back down. Maybe you can kind of loop up your right leg, maybe not. The next time that you're down, go ahead and hold. Bring your palms to face your foot if you can reach it. Otherwise, you can bring your hands closer and then just kind of bow over. Let your hip sink down, the right hip sinking down. We're going to take both hands to the inside of the right foot, shifting forward. Pick up your left knee and then pivot yourself around to a nice wide forward fold. Bend your knees a lot, grab opposite elbows, hanging here. Sway forward and back just a little. So weight to the heels, weight to the toes. And then we'll bring our hands to the ground, keeping the knees bent if you need to, halfway lift. Then folding over, walking yourself over to the left side if you are on the long edge of your mat, or to back to the right. And we'll come through chaturanga. Lifting up through our chest. Drawing back down. Can you tuck your toes? Press straight up to plank. And then find that downward facing dog, adjusting here. So for the rest of the class, I'm just going to direct as if you have your long edge of the mat facing me. So please know that if I say to go towards this left side of the mat, and that makes you go backwards, just go to the front. Pressing into your fingertips, let's float up left leg. Just like before, you can do this on all fours instead of here in down dog, but if you are opening your left shoulder, look under the right shoulder and try to close the left. We'll bend the knee, see if you can stack through your hip. Big stretch. And then we'll find the kneeling lunge. So you're drawing the knee forward, rounding through your back. Take your weight out of your left hand. Maybe you come to your left fingertips and just place the left foot where the hand was. Dropping down onto your knee. Sweep your arms up. Clasping in your hands. Maybe you change it so it feels a little bit awkward. So the opposite thumb is on top. And then palms to the sky. Lift through your chest. We'll bow into our half split. Coming forward with the arms, with the chest, maybe the chin as well. Come back into your lunge, reach up. taking it forward. Back up. Last time, coming forward, maybe you turn your palms towards you and bring your hand to kind of clasp that foot. If you need to, just have your hands closer. The block is there as well. And then see if you can drop your right hip. It's not your right hip, try your left hip. Maybe you can drop your chin, head to knee, or in the direction of the knee. Mine's not touching. It's a little challenging shape to hold here. You're having to balance a little bit. We'll take both hands to the inside of our left foot, shifting your weight back into your lunge. Pick up your right knee, walk yourself to the long edge of your mat. Halfway lifting here. Pressing into both feet. Imagine you're going to try to drag them in towards each other. Activate inner thighs. Can you reach your arms out? Right hand behind your back. Rolling your right shoulder back as you bring your left hand to the floor, to your block, and twist your chest to the right. Hand is on your low back. Make sure that your right hip's not popping up higher than your left. If it feels good, you can rotate and reach open with the right arm. I'm going to keep mine on my low back. On your next exhale, close down. Same thing. Other side, we're going to press into both feet. Lift yourself up halfway, reach your arms out. Core is engaged. Left hand to low back. Right hand is going to come to the ground as you twist open. Try to keep your hips even. So you're using your left hand to make sure that you're not lifting the left hip and letting your right inner thigh drop towards the left. If you want, left arm can reach as well. The next time you exhale, forward fold. Coming up into that halfway lift, and then walk your hands over to the right, step back to plank, chaturanga. Lifting your chest up. Drawing yourself back, downward facing dog. Pedal your legs out. So we're going to do kind of the same thing, standing, and then we'll do it balancing. So when it feels good, you're going to take your right leg, sweep it up, bend your knee, open up through your hip. See if you can let your left heel drop a little bit. Look under your left armpit. Just wave at yourself with your right foot. And then we're going to go into crescent lunge or warrior one if you need a little bit more stability. So we're drawing the knee forward, taking the weight out of your right hand so you can take it out of the way and step your right foot forward, reaching up. So take your back foot a little wider if you need to, if you feel a little unstable, or you can drop the foot and bring yourself into a warrior one if that's comfy on your knee and hip. I'm going to stay in crescent, hands clasped, palms to the sky. Maybe this time we actually pay attention to which thumb is on top. Mine's my right one if you want to do your right as well. And then same thing as we did before, we're going to straighten out our front leg and we're going to tip. Bending back in, come all the way up. Tip it forward. Coming back up. Woo! One last time, tipping forward. If you have the range of motion to bring your palms to the ground, you'll lift up the ball of your right foot and then place it back down on your backs to your hands. If that is like, are you fucking joking? Then just put the block on the ground and you're going to put your hands on the block instead. So we're just in this like lifted heel pyramid. Maybe you have the back foot dropped for a long pyramid. And then draw your chin into your chest. Maybe notice how it feels if you move your shoulders a little bit. That's making it hard to balance. Maybe you move your head a little bit. You could try closing your eyes. One more long breath in. And then let's take our hands out. Bend back into your right leg. We're going to walk our hands to the inside edge of the mat, pivoting through the feet. Bend your knees deep and find your way into goddess, reaching up. Ooh, I have to stand all the way up first and then sink back down. Lengthening nice and long here. Can we sink a little deeper? And then kind of like we did on the ground, we're going to reach our left hand behind our back and then twist your chest so you're facing that left side, reaching forward with right. Can you sink deeper in the hips? Maybe it feels good to reach back with your left arm. As you inhale, come back through center, straighten both legs out. Sink back down into goddess. Arms up over your head. Right hand will come behind your back. Trying to let the tailbone drop. And then we'll reach forward with our left hand as we twist our chest over to the right. Trying to keep your hips even so you're not pivoting through the hips, just the pelvis, or not the pelvis. Not pivoting through the pelvis, just the shoulders. Come back up, deep breath. Adjusting your toes so they face the long edge of your mat. Bending into the knees, find a fold. Kind of wiggle around here. Your knees can be as bent as you need to. If you want to shift your hips around, you can. And then let's come up halfway and walk our hands to the left, stepping back to plank, moving through chaturanga if you want it, lifting the chest up into cobra, maybe up dog this time. Draw the belly in through plank to down dog. Taking a moment if you need water, if you need a child's pose. Have it. If you want to do the movements on your knees, do it. Maybe remind yourself of that intention. I'm curious. Be curious about how it feels if you do it a different way. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it. And when we get into the shapes, maybe you just make little movements and go, what does it feel like if I pull my armpits towards my face? What does it feel like if I bend my knees more but try to send my heels to the ground? Just make it fun. Make it interesting. Make it yours. Let's lift up our left leg. Bending the knee, opening up through your hip. Try to look underneath your right armpit. And then we're coming to crescent lunge. So drawing the knee in, come onto your left fingertips to place that foot right where your left hand was, reaching up. Same as on the other side. Adjust yourself maybe into a warrior one, taking left thumb on top if you did right on the other side, and we'll reach up nice and tall. See how your balance feels, because we're going to straighten out, tip over, just going as far as you can. Digging into your heel, come back up. Ooh. I got to pull my right hip forward a little bit more so that I'm stable in the left, and then shift it forward, tipping all the way back up. You might notice this side is a little different. This last time we're going to hold, if it feels okay as you're holding, maybe you can bring your hands to the ground and slide your foot on top of those clasped hands, palms facing away, just because it's more comfy for your joints. If you want, just put the block on the ground and put your hands on it instead. Holding yourself wherever you found. And then maybe you can let your chin come to your chest, giving it a little bit more intensity. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, release the hands out, walking the hands to the inside edge of the mat or the long edge of the mat. We'll turn our toes out, sitting the hips down, bringing yourself back up into goddess. If you're like me, I get there and then I'm like, yikes, that feels gross. So I'm straightening out my legs and then sinking back in. We're going to add on to what we did before. So left hand behind your back. Right arm's going to reach forward as you twist your chest left. Your hand can stay on your low back or you can reach it behind you just like before. But we're going to straighten out our legs, pivot the toes, and tip forward into that revolved wide forward fold. That was me saying it in my mind in Sanskrit and then second guessing. So I'm not going to say it. I know it has Pasharita in it because Rita has her legs wide. I learned that from my friend Coral. Can you press into both feet, float yourself back up, turn the toes out, come back into that goddess, and then reach both arms overhead. Right hand behind your back. Left hand's reaching forward as you twist to the right, roll your right shoulder back. Maybe you reach back with your right arm, maybe you keep it on your low back. We're trying to keep our hips even, so that hand's gonna kind of notice. And then as you straighten your legs, pivot your toes forward and tip into the wide leg forward fold. Maybe reaching the top arm up. Maybe leaving it on your low back. Trying to keep that sacrum nice and flat. It's going to keep us from dipping into the left hip joint in a weird way. Pressing into both feet. We're going to rise back up, toes out. Sweep back to center, full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Walking the hands to the right. Step back to plank. Chaturanga if you want. Lifting up your chest. Tucking your toes, find downward facing dog. Pedaling out. Maybe take a moment, actually, let's go into child's pose. Just because I need a sip of water and I don't need you to have to hold down dog. You can if you want to. All right, so one more round. We're working towards head to knee, standing. So we'll see how this goes because it's going to be a little different. So let's find our way back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Taking a moment, maybe this down dog feels really powerful and strong. Maybe you're feeling a little yucky about it. Is there something that you can change to feel really good? Maybe it's activating those shoulder blades, pressing the floor away. Maybe it's straightening out your legs, but bringing your heels away from the ground. Maybe it's just looking back towards your pelvis and letting your neck relax. When you're ready for it, right leg is going to float up. And let's open up through the hip. Still looking underneath your left armpit, waving hello to yourself with your right toes. And we're going to step forward with our right leg, but we're stretching our left. So we're going to step forward, finding crescent lunge, just long enough to bring the hands over the head. And the left leg is going to come up right here, knee to chest. If you're like, my balance is not feeling very good, find a wall and stand against it with your right side. Or even your back could go against the wall. We're going to kick forward with our left leg, reaching with our arms, and then come back up. Just one more time, that kind of active version. So we're kicking with the left leg, palm still facing away. Whoo. And then this time, bring your palms to face you if you can reach. Woo. Clasp hold of your foot and press it out. If you can't reach, bring your hands under your calf, keeping your knee as bent as you need to. Pressing out through the heel. Can you bend your elbows a little if you're feeling like you have the ability? Let your head drop. We're going to let go of this leg, let it swing back. Woo! And then open up wide, forward fold. This time we're just going to bend our knees, send our hips back, grab opposite elbows, maybe even opposite shoulders, and sway. Whew. That was pretty hard. When you're ready, releasing your hands, come up halfway. And then we'll walk our hands to the left, stepping back to plank. Chaturanga. Lift your chest. Coming back up through plank to down dog. Setting up strong. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out through your mouth. You know where we're going here, so there's no need to be nervous. You know that you can explore and play with it and change it, make it your own. Let's lift left leg. This side might be different. Open up through your hip. Can you look under your right shoulder? I feel like I keep telling you to look under your right shoulder. It's the shoulder that's opposite of the leg that's lifted. So this one, it is the right. I feel like on the other side, I said the right. When you have this shape, try to keep your shoulders square so you're looking under the opposite foot or opposite armpit. Okay, drawing forward. We're just coming into crescent long enough. I'm going to scoot back a little so I don't kick my bookshelf. Just long enough to bring the hands over the head, left thumb on top if that feels good, and then right knee will come up. Getting yourself set up so you feel strong. It might be against a wall in some way. We're We're gonna kick as we reach forward. Try to just tap your toes. Yikes. Come back up. I have to step down. It's okay if you step down. Bring it back up. Try to pull the knee into the chest and then kick out. Whew. Back up. Turn the palms to face down when you get them up this time. And then we're reaching forward. Find your foot. Maybe you're holding it with the knee bent. Maybe your hands are on the back of your calf. Maybe you're on the back of the knee and the knee is bent. Wherever you find yourself, hold. And then can you bring your chin down? Chin to chest. Forehead's trying to find the knee. Maybe your elbows are bending to help you come down. I once had a teacher press me deeper into this. It was the most psychotic thing I've ever experienced in a class. Whew. We're going to let that right leg release in 3, 2, 1. Swing it back. Ah. Give yourself a shake. Okay. Bending into the knees a whole lot. Just find a fold. Keep your knees bent, swaying around, swaying forward and back. Let yourself be upside down, kind of. If you have a headstand of some sort and you want to take it right now, go for it. I won't stop you. I can't. I'm not there. Just moving, resting, letting this forward fold be comfy. So if that means that you bend your knees completely and you're like in a sumo squat almost, go for it. The next time that you inhale, come up. If you're in that headstand, come out. We'll walk our hands back to the right, stepping back to plank just long enough to bring the left knee behind left wrist, ankle across pigeon pose. We'll sink in. If you got here and you were like, I hate pigeon pose, I like to roll to the outside of my left hip and then 90-90 and still fold over my leg. But you can also figure 4 stretch here or all the way onto your back. But left leg is the one we're stretching out. And then just get comfy and maybe look back. Notice if you're doing something weird with your back foot. See if you can relax it a little. You can adjust into this shape. Maybe you pop a block under your left butt cheek, under your right hip, whatever you need. And then can you just rest into this shape? I teach this pose a lot and then I never hold myself in it. So I'm going to hold here. We're going to hold here for a little bit. Maybe each exhale lets your shoulders, your belly, your face soften. You might let your lower jaw jet forward. Can you soften your left leg so you're not trying to press it into the floor? Maybe even imagining like your eyeballs dropping forward. Be curious about this shape. How can you adjust to make it feel a little different or a little better? All right, the next time that you inhale, let's come onto our hands. Tucking your right toes under if you're in this like regular pigeon shape. And we'll just step back to plank. Send your hips up to down dog. Find a little bounce in the heels. Just shake out the legs. My down dog is like probably the ugliest down dog I've ever done. I can feel that it looks not good. And then we'll shift back towards that plank. Right knee forward, ankle across to the other side. And then same thing, set yourself up. Get comfy. Maybe you take the variation. Maybe you just do something completely different. Relaxing down. And then try to find somewhere where your shoulders can soften, your belly can soften, your face can soften. Can you relax your breath? Deep inhales and exhales. Notice if you're holding that belly in, if you're trying to press the floor away. With your shin, relax. I'm telling you these because I'm noticing I'm doing it. When you're ready, we'll come back onto our hands. Pressing back into plank, and then just lower to your belly. Soles of the feet to the sky, rocking the legs side to side. Let's bring our feet together. Can you take your feet nice and wide? We're just going to let the feet kind of drop towards the ground. They might go really far, they might not. And then bringing the feet back up. Lengthen the legs back behind you. I like to tuck my toes and just lift one leg up at a time to kind of scoot them back so that there's no flesh stuck in my hip joint or just weirdly underneath my leg. And then we're just going to reach our right arm forward. You're going to bring your left foot in, reaching back. Just give yourself a quad stretch. You can relax into this. We'll let go of that foot. Lengthening back out through the right or the left arm, and then just bring the right foot in. Same thing, other side, just a little quad stretch. Go ahead and release that foot. Lengthening both arms forward. Maybe take a moment to pick up the legs and give them a little shake. And then we'll pull our elbows straight back underneath our shoulders, setting up into your Sphinx shape. Roll your shoulders back. If it feels bad on your low back, try bringing your legs wider, or you can just slide either your elbows further away or a little bit wider. Can you press into the tops of your feet, press into your pelvis a little bit, and try to press the floor away with your shoulders so they're coming away from your ears. When you get there, holding locked in this Sphinx shape, pull the shoulder blades towards each other. It's almost like you're trying to slide yourself between your hands. And then I just want you to let your chin drop. Everything else stays the same. If it's okay to let your butt cheeks release, can you soften them? Can we bring our chin over to the right? And then through center, chin over to the left. And then back through center, sliding the arms back. Press yourself up to all fours. And maybe just a couple kidney squeezes or a disco kitty circling around the hips. Move around a little bit, see what feels good on all fours here before we come to our seat. So knees crawling forward, we'll roll over to a seat however you want to get there. We're going to bring our right leg in, just holding onto it with both hands. Lengthen up through your spine and maybe lean back a little bit. When it feels good, we're going to take that same bending and straightening movement that we did before. So go ahead and grab hold of your foot or your calf, and we're just going to lengthen that leg up, kicking out through the heel, and then bring it back down. One more time dynamically, and then we'll hold the second time, or that second time. It'll be the third time total, but second time right now. Lengthening it up. If you can reach your foot, clasp it like we have been doing. Try to roll the shoulders back, and then can you lengthen that leg up and maybe bend your elbows to tip towards the knee. We'll bend back into the knee. Take the foot either to the inside or the outside of the left leg. Long spine. You might move the flesh of your belly out of the way. Left hand's just going to grab hold of our right knee. Right hand's going to come behind your low back if you can reach all the way over there. Take a breath in, and then right shoulder leading. Squeeze your belly as you twist. We'll unwind. Take both hands behind you, lengthen your right leg back out. I don't mind what direction your hands face in, so whatever feels good. Just lean back, open up your chest. And then we'll lengthen our spine back out, nice and tall, nice and long, sitting up. Left leg will come in. Give your leg a hug. And then again, you might lean back a little bit. I like the holding onto something and leaning back because it gives my traps a little stretch. And then we'll bring our weight back so that our spine is long. Same as before, you can hold wherever feels good. Maybe it's the sole of the foot, maybe it's your calf, maybe it's the back of your knee. We're just straightening out through the left leg and then bending back in. 2 more times. Lengthening. Leg might go straight, it might stay bent. Bring it down. And this last time, if you want, maybe you can clasp, find length through your spine again, and then lengthen that leg long. If you're feeling good here, you might bend the elbows out a little and try to touch the chin, not the chin, the forehead, the nose, whatever to your knee. Nothing is touching on my body. Noticing how it feels different from when you have that long spine to when you're rounding a little bit to try to bring your chin down. 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, bending into your left leg, bring it to the inside or outside of your right leg, whatever feels better. You might move your flesh out of the way. Left hand behind your low back, sit up tall. Right hand is just holding the knee. We're gonna roll our shoulder back and squeeze our belly to twist. Not necessarily using the right hand to crank. And when you're ready, we'll unwind, reaching out through that leg, hands back behind you again. Whatever direction your fingers want to point, point them. Let your chest open. You might kind of wiggle around here. Might feel good to move your legs. And then hands by your sides. Just scooch your hips forward so that your knees are bent. You have space to lay down behind you. Bringing the hands to the front of your thighs. Give the legs a little press away. And then we'll walk our heels in. We're just going to come into a bridge pose. You can do it with support under your back if you want to. We're going to see if maybe we can touch our heels or get kind of close to touching our heels. And then before you come into it, I want you to think about pulling your shoulder blades together underneath you. So your chest is kind of lifted. You might have space between your spine and the ground already. And then we'll press into our heels and lift the hips. Can you, once you get there, bring your thumbs to face up? And then if it feels okay, maybe you can clasp your hands under you and wiggle the shoulders just a little bit further. Breathing deeply. If you have your hands clasped, we're only doing this 1 time, so you might change, if you can, which thumb is on top. Lifting the hips a little higher, breathing to the belly. We did lots of forward foldings. We're just opening the front body for a moment. And then go ahead and release. Knock your knees in towards each other. Let your spine settle for a moment. And then we'll take our knees to our chest, opening them nice and wide towards the underarms. I'm holding onto my knees. If you want to grab for your feet for Happy Baby, you're welcome to do that. I just want you to keep your low back on the floor as much as you can so you're not curling up into this shape. Long spine. We'll draw our knees in. Arms to a T. Let your legs drop to the right. Oh, I was going to the left. Let your legs drop to the right. If you feel like your shoulder, it can't find the ground or it's uncomfortable, take your knees a little further away from you. Further away from your chest. And if it's okay, take your right hand onto the left hip, right into that crease. Maybe your thumb hooks in and your hands grab around towards your butt. And just kind of press away. Create some length on the side body. And then we'll release the hand. Use your right hand to help bring the left knee up first. Grab it with your left hand and then grab hold of your right knee with your right hand and rock back to that center point, both knees to chest. And then we'll go to the other side. So maybe let your knees drop away just a little bit so you have space. Arms to a T, and then both knees will drop to the left. Adjusting so that you feel good. And if you want to, left hand coming onto the side of your hip, maybe sending the thumb down the right hip crease, and then trying to press the hip away, creating a little bit of length on your side body. Go ahead and release that. Right or left hand's going to help right knee. Then you'll take your right hand to grab hold of it. Left hand will take left knee, rock back to center, and then just take the knees close to your chest and away a couple of times, kind of giving that low back a massage. It might feel good to start to circle around in one direction and the other. And then just pulling and let the feet flop to the ground, lengthening out. Bringing your arms wherever feels good. Maybe it's by your sides, maybe it's hands on your belly. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Breathing in again. Softening it out. This time as you inhale, hold the breath at the top. Can you take in more air, being curious about how full you can get your lungs? And then letting it go to the bottom, hold on the out. Can you squeeze a little bit more air out? Then let the breath come back naturally. Releasing control. And just giving yourself a few moments to exist. Shavasana. I invite you to stay here for as long as feels good. But if you need to get going, go ahead and start to find small movements, fingers, toes. Reawakening, lengthening, making those movements bigger. And then slowly bending in the knees, roll to one side. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. And then we'll press up, finding a nice comfortable seat. Letting your shoulders relax. Let's take a deep breath in together, reach up. As you exhale, shake it off. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Closing down the eyes, take a moment to remind yourself that you are enough. You're worthy of everything you want in this life. You matter. You are loved. I appreciate you so much for being here. Please let me know how you're feeling. If you liked it, like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.